What's the worst case of corruption you've seen someone almost get away with? I worked at a nonprofit that helped disadvantaged kids get into college. It was the kind of place people felt proud to work for. Our mission was clear, the work was meaningful, and our director, Melissa, was practically worshipped by everyone. Donors loved her, parents thanked her, staff admired her. She had this warm, magnetic way of making you feel like you were part of something big and good. For a while, I believed it too. Then one afternoon, while sorting through some donation records, I noticed something strange. A handful of large donations, some in the 5-figure range, were marked as received in our system, but only partial amounts had been allocated to program budgets. I figured it was a clerical mistake and brought it to Tim, our accountant. Tim glanced at the files, then got really quiet. He didn't look surprised, just tired. "You should leave this alone," he said. That's when I knew something was wrong, but I couldn't let it go. These were scholarship funds, money meant for kids who needed every cent. I started pulling more reports, going back 3 years, and found a pattern. A fake consulting company called Silver Oak Strategies had been billing us monthly for vague, strategic development services. Always the same amount, always paid promptly. We were paying out thousands every month, yet no one had ever met with this consultant. No reports, no deliverables, nothing. So I traced it. The company didn't really exist. It was a shell Melissa had created. She was submitting the invoices herself and quietly funneling the money to a bank account in her name. Over 3 years, she'd siphoned off nearly $200,000. I put everything together. Transaction histories, payment authorizations, matching signatures, the incorporation documents for Silver Oak, all of it. Then I scheduled a meeting with the chair of our board. He looked through the documents for about 10 minutes, then sighed. "We know," he said. "We've known for months." My stomach dropped. Turns out the board had uncovered the fraud during a routine audit, but chose to keep it quiet. Their reasoning, going public would mean losing key donors who adored Melissa. They were planning to quietly transition her out at the end of the year, keep things internal, and protect the organization's image. I was stunned. "What about the kids who didn't get scholarships because she stole from them?" I asked. He didn't answer. 2 days later, I anonymously sent the entire file to a local journalist who occasionally covered nonprofit work. I used a burner email, attached everything, and waited. The story broke a week later. The headline was brutal. "Nonprofit director embezzles funds from college access program." Melissa was fired immediately. Criminal charges followed. The fallout was swift. Some major donors pulled out, yes, but new ones stepped in, specifically because we'd taken a stand. Parents, teachers, and even former students came forward to offer support. The worst part? 3 board members were forced to resign after it came out. They'd received small consulting fees from Silver Oak for oversight services. In other words, hush money. It was like watching a house of cards collapse. The nonprofit survived. It was rough for a while, but it rebuilt. New leadership came in. Scholarships resumed. We created stricter financial safeguards and implemented a transparency policy. As for Melissa, last I heard, she took a plea deal and avoided jail time in exchange for restitution and community service. But her career and reputation were over. She almost got away with it. Almost.